apologize for the inconvenience. Rest assured that our maintenance crews are working hard to minimize the outage and safely restore power. Based on current projections, most customers should expect power to be restored by...
Monongah Power Plant is a location in the Savage Divide located between Bolton Greens and Fort Atlas. Just like the Poseidon Power Plant, this is a public workshop and also has a similar quest called Powering Up Monongah. But what makes this plant different? Like Poseidon, this location also has a real-world counterpart. In the real world, this plant is called Fort Mountain Power Station. Just like the Poseidon plant's real-world counterpart, it too is a coal plant. This plant went online in the late 1960s and uses more than 2.8 million tons of coal per year. In the Fallout universe, this plant survived the Great War, though none of its operating staff did. Shockingly, this plant was occupied by the 121st Infantry Platoon. They were known as the Fire Bats, and were under the command of Captain Elliot Maxwell. What makes this news shocking is the date in which they took control of the plant. They took control on November 1st, 2077, just days after the bombs fell. We know this to be the case because of the terminal entries inside the plant manager's office, now labeled Captain Elliot's Terminal. The terminal contains several entries. Officer's Log, 11-15-77. 2 damn weeks we've been at this dead-end posting, and we haven't fired a single shot. The brass is convinced that this is a viable strategic target for the enemy, so now we're playing nursemaid to this pile of concrete and counting the days. I don't see the point of holding this location. After the bombs hit, who knows how much infrastructure between this plant and the surrounding area was destroyed. I'm convinced this posting is a waste of time and resources, but I go where Uncle Sam tells me to go. 12-22-77. Our radio man received some orders calling half of my platoon away. I put them under MGT Lawson's command and sent them on their way. Now I'm holding Monongah with 2 squads. I hope we aren't hit with any serious threats, because I doubt we'd be able to last very long without fire support. Some of the guys are getting pretty damn bored sitting here with their thumbs up their rears, so I started routine patrols of the plant in a 1-click radius. 114-78. Today's patrol didn't return, so we sent out Bravo Squad for support. The squad found the patrol hanging from a tree and took heavy fire when they got close. Luckily, Bravo Squad made it back to the power plant, but I'm disappointed we couldn't retrieve the patrol's bodies for a proper burial. I don't know who did this to my men, but if they get within 500 meters of this plant, I've ordered both squads to open fire at will. I've repeatedly called to HQ for orders, but all I get is static. I think we're alone out here. 2278. The first attack on the power plant occurred today around 0530. The team hit hard using everything from small arms to rocket launchers. The fighting lasted about an hour and we lost 9 good soldiers, leaving me with 15. I had a team drag some of the enemy corpses back for identification. My best guess is the enemy is some type of organized raiding gang scavenging for supplies. I'm not sure what they think we have in here, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let them find out. 312-78. It's been almost 3 months since half my platoon left and not a single soldier has returned. I have a feeling they're never coming back. Repeated attacks from the gang has left me with 12 soldiers. Some of the men are suggesting we bug out and let the gang take the power plant. If something doesn't change around here soon, I'll have deserters to deal with, or a platoon full of dead men. 525-78. MGT Thomas Senajek now in command. Captain Maxwell was shot and killed today by the unidentified gang that has us continually under siege at Monongah Power Plant. We're down to 9 men, so I've given the order to abandon our posting. We'll head towards the nearest major population center to try to link up with whatever forces remain in the area. Wish us luck, and may fortune favor the brave. So, we learned a lot there. First, we learned that even after the bombs fell, the military command structure remained in place and active for nearly 2 months before all contact was lost. This means that somewhere the military leadership was safe and continued to give orders to the surviving troops. What happened to the military leadership remains unanswered. Second, we learn that the newly formed raiders began wearing down the defenses of this unit slowly until they finally forced them out of the plant. Just like untrained savages, they took heavy losses before they were finally able to take the plant. What did they get? Well, we find a note in the main entrance that explains this. Reading Halsey's note. Bryn, holy crap! Those stupid soldiers left us a jackpot at the power plant. There's all sorts of primo stuff we can scrap and plenty of supplies to go around. Round up the rest of the gang and get them over here right away. We're not carrying this stuff back on our own. Halsey. Both Bryn and Halsey are only mentioned in this note. There's no other mention of them in the game. That said, the only thing they got was a bunch of junk and some supplies. What those supplies were is not really told. Personally, I think the loss of life was not justified by the spoils. While the raiders did conduct a reign of terror for some time after, the loss of so many brethren certainly began the downfall of the raiders. Their reckless abandon towards life ended up leading to their demise. Powering up Monongah will provide power to various locations. Those locations include the power plant yard, substation MZ01, MZ02, and MZ03, the converted munitions factory, and the federal disposal field HZ21. There are several resources here. There is 1 wood, 1 uranium, 1 fusion core processor, 1 acid, and 1 silver deposit. Well, now that we have finally explored this location, what are your thoughts? Is this a workshop that you take in your playthrough? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like and subscribe for more content. As always, I'm just glad you stopped by, and I'll see you in the next one.